Long Island behind. We've got the anchor up already. We had the motors running, but they're switched off already. The sails are up. Got 3 reefs in the main, and the whole jenny's up. And we're off. Yeah, very nice, 5-ish knots, 4.5, 5 knots. And that will do nicely, thank you. Still don't have any wind instruments, so again I've been cautious. Got 3 reefs in the main, probably don't need 3 reefs. I did toy with 2, but decided that 3 was the sensible option, and we're going with that. So, here we go. Hello campers. It's Tuesday and we're sailing pretty much straight downwind. So I've got the sails goose winged, we're out the starboard side, Jenny out the port side, and we're heading down towards White Cay. This is the White Cay bank, and White Cay is over here, and then Long Cay at the beginning of the exumas. And looking outside, it's pretty much the same as it was when we arrived in this part of the Bahamas. Beautiful blue water.
Tuesday morning, look at this.
Look at the same tide.
Got a beautiful dolphin here.
So now we're arriving at White Cay, which is this one here. I don't know what this is called. The next word for the moment is Long Cay. This is our next destination. We're going to stay here one night. We're intending to get ashore now. And the numbers, we've done 236 for the month and 18.9, 19 miles for the day to get here. So that's all good. I still don't have any wind, so I can't tell you what the maximum wind speed was, but I would think it was no more than 15 knots. And we managed 6.2 knots with 3 reefs and the Jenny up. It's Wednesday morning and we've left White Cay with a pretty stressful night, it has to be said. When we arrived in White Cay, it was absolutely beautiful, and I tucked in as close as I dared to the coast because it wasn't very sheltered. But as the tide went out, and we don't have tide figures for here exactly, we have tide figures for further up the coast, it sort of suggested that we were going to get awfully close to the ground, and then we got down to about 0.3, 0.4, and I was a bit nervous and Sandra was getting nervous. Sandra wanted to go somewhere else, but there really isn't anywhere else for us to go in that time available because it was starting to get dark. So we decided we'd just move a little bit further out, which we did, and let out quite a bit more chain and so on. And the anchor bit nicely, there weren't any problems except that it was much more exposed than where we'd been, and the result was that I was quite nervous about the anchor dragging, so I stayed up until about 1:30 keeping my eye on the anchor, and then when I went to bed I decided I would use the anchor alarm, which we have never used since we left Thailand. We used it in Thailand and the bloody thing went off all night. I didn't get a wink of sleep, and I was up and down, up and down, up and down. So anyway, I decided I would use it last night because I was nervous still about us dragging. So I put the anchor alarm on, and sure enough the bloody thing went off all night. I was up and down, Sandra was up and down, so neither of us got much sleep, sort of relieved to be departing of what was a lovely spot really. But here we are now, still got the 3 reefs in the main, we've got Old Jenny out, and we're doing 5.5 knots, something like that. Out of, I think, between 10 and 15. There's not much in the way of white horses, so I think it's less than 15. So 10 to 15. It does feel quite windy when you're out there, so there is some wind. Anyway, onwards. Well, I haven't seen many eels passes around the Bahamas, but every now and again you see some. Here we have one going the other way. A catamaran called Soho going the other way. He's on the top starboard tack, so I'm giving him some space. I think he's following the exact same route that we are, but going the other way. Straight into wind. It's only a mile and a half I think, and now we're in the channel and we just have to make sure we stay in the channel. It looks reasonably straightforward, although there are some little rocks we have to go between and a little bit, but it's a nice clear day, reasonably calm, and also good. I've still got the motor running, we're in forward idle. Just in case something goes horribly wrong. Got the starboard one running. Dropped the mainsail on the way in because it was straight into wind. And now we're just turning onto the track here. We have to go here through some rocks. And then we're nearly there. All is good. Bye for now. So here we are in Georgetown. The marina is just here. Through our dirty windows, and then Victoria Harbour or whatever it is in there. So we're quite nicely placed. We've got a metre of water under the hull, and the anchor's bit nicely, so that's all seems good. Numbers. Okay, numbers. We've done 257.9, 258 for cash for the month, and 21 for the day. We still have no wind, so I can't tell you how strong it was. We did have a couple of gusts that got up over 20, I would think, but generally it was 10 to 15 knots, I think, and we were sailing very nicely at sort of 5 knots-ish. We managed 6.7 knots, it says, maximum speed, and that's pretty good. So, welcome to Great Exuma. Well, the sun is going down on our first evening here in Georgetown, Great Exuma. I have to say, it is very pleasant. And you can see why towns or cities, it's not hardly a city, it's barely a town, there's not much more more than a village, has been built in a place like this. It's peaceful, it's quiet, it's sheltered. Because of the offshore islands, basically it's reasonably sheltered all the way around. So it's not a bad spot. And they've even dug a canal through here. Can you see? When you go through it in the dinghy as we did earlier, you can see it's been dug out into what is called Lake Victoria, presumably after Queen Victoria. And inside is a very sheltered area of water, only suitable for dinghies and that sort of thing, but it's very, very good. The yacht club here, they've built a bit of a breakwater, obviously to give them more protection from easterly winds, and they're in the process of adding to it. But this digger is sitting on a lump of rock, which has obviously been flattening out and so on, but it's in the middle of nowhere. So night night from Georgetown, Great Exuma. And for our second night in Georgetown, the sun sinks towards the horizon. Tomorrow we plan to do a little bit of shopping in Georgetown, and then we're going to come back and move the boat over there somewhere, close to a bar called Chat and Chill, or Chill and Chat, or something like that, which is quite infamous for cruisers. And then tomorrow, the day after, Saturday, we plan to head off up the channel and on to our next destination. So being over there will actually put us in the right place. I should have mentioned, as the sun goes down, somehow the water has suddenly become crystal clear, and we can see the bottom without any trouble at all. Yesterday it was okay, but it was a little bit murky, but now it is absolutely crystal clear. Okay, so we've moved across the water. There's a new marina here, which is not mentioned in much of the blurb, but I found it on Google, and we're going across here. There's a bar here called Chat and Chill, and we're going to go and have a beer or two, maybe a bite to eat a little later. But anyway, we've done 260.5 miles for the month and 1.25 miles for the day. There we parked up, and the big rays come to have a look at us. Looks like it might be an eagle ray or something. Hard to tell. Yeah, it's an eagle ray. Maybe a spotted eagle ray, not really sure. Commodore, where are we now?
Oh well, we're opposite Georgetown in Stocking Island. We've just been to chill and chat, which was not very impressive. So now we're at Turtles,
Snappy Turtles
Marina
Bar
Resort.
and Restaurant or something, yeah. St. Francis Resort and Marina. something like that. And they're a bit friendlier, but it's closed.
She said,
Yeah, lunch is finished, dinner hasn't started.
so we're going to do our own dinner. Sandra's special.
But it's not so bad either. And there she is. Bye for now.